Moving ahead, now we have our next panel discussion. This is the second panel session for the day. And this session is going to be about food and nutrition, the front line of the battle for consumer health. Let me take the pleasure to request the panelists on the stage. May I now request Mr. Rajesh Gupta, Cluster Head, Quality and Food Safety, Hindustan, Coca-Cola Beverages on the stage. Okay. Let's have a big round of applause, everyone, for Mr. Rajesh Gupta. All right. And yeah, the contest details was also there on the screen, so you must have noted it. So next we have Mr. Sandeep Bhima, Category Head, Bakery Parle Biscuits. Let's have a big round of applause for him. Heartiest welcome. Moving ahead, may I now request Dr. Adeep Roy, AVP Regulatory Affairs, Amway India Enterprises, on the stage. Heartiest welcome, sir. Next, we have on the panel Mr. Sushant Katkar, Associate Director, Operations Food Chain ID India. Heartiest welcome to Mr. Sushant Katkar. Let's have a huge round of applause, sir. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce the next panelist on the stage. We have Dr. R. Manika Vasangam. He's the Vice President of Nutrica. Can we have a big round of applause? All right, let's have our next panelist on the stage. We have Mr. Atul Kumar Joshi, Senior GM, Quality, Patanjali Foods, joining us. Huge round of applause for him. Next in the panel, we have Dr. Nandan Joshi, Head Medical and Scientific Affairs, Dr. Reddy's Nestle Health Science. Heartiest welcome. I believe we can all applaud louder for all the panelists. All right. Next we have Mr. Anurag Mishra, Group Head, Quality and Food Safety, Sri Renuka Sugars. Heartiest welcome to you, sir. Well, Mr. Anurag Mishra is going to moderate the session, so I would now like to request Mr. Mishra to kindly take it forward.
So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I mean, I'm 100% sure, and you've not taken a couple of teas so that you are feeling, little sleepy. So, I'll make sure that you all are 100% engaged in this panel, because it's going to be a wonderful discussion regarding fortification, vitamin deficiencies, other nutrition-related stuff need to be done. What are the gaps? And these, industry experts will be talking more about it. So, there was a time, if we talk about the COVID era, the most, discussed terminologies was the nutrition, vitamin, and I have seen that one of the soap manufacturer, they start claiming that they have added a vitamin so that your skin is not compromised. So vitamin was that discussed that time, is it? So now, this is the case, and if we talk about fortification, if we talk about vitamin deficiencies, there are many stuffs which are really which can be a fun fact for the country like India, where we keep talking about deficiencies, where we keep talking about the malnutrition, and I mean, how many of you know that which vitamin was first discovered? Any one of you can raise your hands. The name of the vitamin. Any one of you? Hi. So it was vitamin B1. किसको किसको पता था? Can you please raise your hands? So बताया क्यों नहीं फिर? So that is the reason we have to make it interactive. It should not be only one-way communication. We keep talking. I mean, it should be a discussion जिससे कि आप लोगों को और ज़्यादा भूख लगे before lunch. Okay? So my first question will be with Atul sir. Sir, we keep talking about fortification. I mean, the drive started decade back. Again, a question: which was the first food fortification drive government of India started? Yeah. Perfect. So we all, I mean, I have seen those advertisements जहाँ पर बोला जाता था कि normal salt versus iodine salt खाएंगे तो आपको क्या benefits आएंगे. We all remember that. So that was around 3 or 4 decades back. We started that drive. But if we see currently, I mean, there are multiple fortification drives are going on. I mean, started with salt. Now we are talking about fortified rice. We are talking about fortified flour. There are multiple fortifications. Sometimes, I mean, we are talking about the fortification in the edible oil also. Milk also. So we had a discussion, I mean, since last 30, 40 years. But if I see in 2026, it is still not that much, which is, I mean, for the countries like India, where every second woman is anemic. Okay, so what are the gaps and how we can build this as an industry, this fortification gap, I mean, what we keep talking versus the reality. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities in Indian food manufacturing landscape, which can, I mean, bridge this gap?
हेलो, गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन. मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि ये बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक है, इसको बहुत सिंपल वे में रखूं ताकि हर आदमी का इंगेजमेंट हो और हर आदमी जब इस सेशन से ख़त्म हो कुछ अपने साथ पॉजिटिव चीज़ लेके जाए. फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन इतना सिंपल नहीं है. फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन इतना सिंपल नहीं है कि आपने एक फूड लिया और उसमें कुछ आपने न्यूट्रिएंट डाल दिए और आपका पर्पस सॉल्व हो गया, क्योंकि फूड इटसेल्फ इज़ ए वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स और आप उसमें जो न्यूट्रिएंट डाल रहे हैं उनका स्ट्रक्चर और कॉम्प्लेक्स है. तो दो कॉम्प्लेक्स चीज़ को अगर आप साइंटिफिक वे में नहीं मैच करेंगे तो आपको जो भी उसका बेनिफिट आना है वो नहीं आएगा. तो ये सबसे बड़ा एक सवाल होता है. और फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन अगर एक जनरल बात करें, जो उसका एक यूनिवर्सल डेफिनेशन दिया गया है इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में, जो हमारे एफएसआई ने दिया है, जो हमारी एपेक्स रेगुलेटरी बॉडी है, उसने बोला कि फूड में आप एक न्यूट्रिएंट डालिए और उसका न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू बढ़ा दीजिए. बट जब आप ये एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो कंज्यूमर का सेफ्टी, ह्यूमन सेफ्टी पैरामाउंट होना चाहिए. तो एफएसआई को भी पता था कि इस क्रिटिकल प्रोसेस को जब आप स्केल अप करेंगे तो कुछ इश्यूज आ सकते हैं. इसीलिए बोला गया कि ह्यूमन सेफ्टी, कंज्यूमर सेफ्टी टॉप पे होना चाहिए, पहली बात. दूसरा ये कि सवाल ये आता है कि फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन करना क्यों है. अगर आप देखेंगे हम लोग जितने भी फूड खाते हैं हम उनको बेसिकली रॉ फॉर्म में नहीं लेते, हम उन्हें प्रोसेस करते हैं. डिस्पाइट ऑफ ऑल कैपेबल एंड क्वालिफाइड प्रोसेसेस आपका फूड का न्यूट्रिशनल लॉस होता है. आप एक एग्जांपल लीजिए कि अगर आप पूरे संसार में आप जो गेहूं है उसको आप 85% के आसपास आटे की फॉर्म में खाते हैं. तो जब गेहूं से आप आटा बनाते हैं तो गेहूं का आप क्लीनिंग वगैरह करते हैं, उसके बाद आप मिलिंग करते हैं, ग्राइंडिंग करते हैं, उसके बाद वो आटा में कन्वर्ट होता है. तो इस प्रोसेस में जो हीट जनरेट होता है तो गेहूं में जो आपका राइबोफ्लेविन है, विटामिन B1 है, नियासिन है, थियामिन है, वो ऑलमोस्ट सारा नष्ट हो जाता है. तो उसका उपाय क्या है? तो आपको उसको फोर्टिफाइड करके वापस उसमें मेंटेन करना है. दूसरा क्या है कि जितने भी आप फूड है उनमें आपके अलग अलग ऑपरेशंस होते हैं. किसी में आप क्लीनिंग करते हैं, किसी में आप कुकिंग करते हैं, किसी में आप स्टरलाइजेशन करते हैं. तो ये सारी प्रोसेस भी उसकी न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू को डाउन करती है. तो इसका सबसे अच्छा उपाय है कि फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन करना. हमारे इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में क्यों करना है? अगर आप दुनिया की जितनी भी एजेंसीज हैं, चाहे आप WHO लीजिए, FAO लीजिए, आप यूनिसेफ लीजिए, इंडिया में नेशनल न्यूट्रिशन मॉनिटरिंग बोर्ड लीजिए, नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे लीजिए, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की किसी भी साइट को लीजिए, सबने एक चीज़ बड़ी क्लियर बोली है. परसेंट में नंबर में अंतर हो सकता है, बट सबने क्या बोला कि इंडिया में 80% के आसपास टीनेजर जो हैं हिडन हंगर से प्रभावित हैं. हमारे वहाँ 15 से 55 साल की वुमेन जो है लगभग 57% उनको जो है एनीमिक हैं। हमारे वहाँ लगभग 5 साल तक के बच्चे जो है 50% के आसपास एनीमिक है। ये नंबर में थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होगा, बट ये एक बेसिकली बहुत हार्ड फैक्ट है कि अब एक साइड हम क्या बोलते हैं 80% इंडिया में टीनेजर हिडन हंगर से प्रभावित। हिडन हंगर मतलब क्या है कि आपके अंदर जो है आयरन है, जिंक है, मैग्नीज है, मैग्नीशियम है, इस तरह का चीज़ों का कमी है। ये आपकी ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं और दुर्भाग्य से हमारी बॉडी इसको नेचुरली नहीं बनाती, तो आपको बाहर से लेना है। तो बाहर से लेने तो आपको फोर्टिफाइड फूड का कंजम्पशन करना पड़ेगा। अगर आप एनीमिक है तो इन सारी चीज़ों के लिए क्या है कि आपको किस तरह से लेना है। तो इसके 3 तरीके, मतलब यूनिवर्सली जो एक्सेप्टेड तरीके हैं वो 3 तरीके हैं। एक है कि आप बोलते हैं डाइटरी डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, आप खाना खाइए, आपकी प्लेट में सब्जी वेजिटेबल्स होनी चाहिए, सीरियल्स होने चाहिए, मिल्क प्रोडक्ट होने चाहिए, मीट प्रोडक्ट होने चाहिए, तो आपकी प्रोटीन, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, विटामिन, मिनरल सारी रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी हो जाए। बट कितने लोग इसको अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं हम सबको मालूम है। दूसरा है एक न्यूट्रिएंट सप्लीमेंटेशन। आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुई, आप गए एक सर्टिफाइड प्रैक्टिशनर के पास गए, उसने आपको टेस्ट किया, उसने आपको कुछ दे दिया। बट अगेन ये जब हम बात करते हैं तो इसमें हम मेजॉरिटी ऑफ कंट्री जिसमें हमारा लो इनकम ग्रुप या लो मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप है, कितने लोग इसको अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, कितनी जगह ये फैसिलिटी है। तीसरा एक तरीका है आप फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन, आप खाना खाइए, रोज खाना खाइए और आप स्वस्थ रहिए। तो एफएसआई ने इस ड्राइव को, मतलब हिंदुस्तान में फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन को नया नहीं है, जो अभी अनुराग जी ने भी बोला कि हमने नमक में किया गोइटर को ख़त्म करने के लिए। उसके बाद एफएसआई ने 2016 से 18 के बीच में एक ड्राइव लगाया फोर्टिफाइड फूड का। उसने बोला कि 5 प्रोडक्ट स्टेपल फूड हैं, इनको आप फोर्टिफाइड करिए, जिसमें आटा है, चावल है, नमक है, तेल है और दूध है। ये हर आदमी, चाहे आप किसी भी इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेटा को बिलोंग करते हो, किसी भी डेमोग्राफिक रीजन को, बट आप डेली इनका कुछ ना कुछ प्रयोग करते हैं। और इसमें उन्होंने फोर्टिफिकेंट बताए, एफएसआई ने क्या डाल रहे हैं, उसकी मात्रा बताई, ताकि जो उसने सेफ्टी का बात किया था वो उसमें कवर हो जाए। तो उन्होंने फिक्स कर दिया कि इसमें इतना मात्रा डालना है कि जो आपका आरडीए का है वो आपको 30 to 40% देगा। तो जो हम बोलते हैं ओवरडोज या टॉक्सिसिटी, वो सब उसमें एलिमिनेट हो गया। दूसरा क्या, आप इन चीज़ों का कंजम्पशन एक लिमिट से ज़्यादा करिए। आप कितना चावल खाएंगे, आप कितनी रोटी खाएंगे, या आप कितना तेल डालेंगे। तो ये बहुत ही सोचा समझा साइंटिफिक डिसीजन था। और एफएसआई ने जब इसको इंडिया में इम्प्लीमेंट किया तो उससे पहले उसने इंडस्ट्रीज, एकेडमिया, गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, नॉन गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सारे लोगों को जोड़ा और कई सारे ट्रायल किए। उन ट्रायल को जब रिव्यू किया तो जब उसके जितने भी पॉजिटिव पॉइंट थे उनको एक जगह इकट्ठा करके एफएसआई ने एक कंप्लीट फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन का रोड मैप तैयार किया, ताकि इससे जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम है वो दूर हो जाए। अभी इसको आप फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन को 2 तरीके से देख सकते हैं। अगर आप, क्योंकि हम हिंदुस्तान में रहते हैं, तो आध्यात्मिक तरीके से भी आप इसको देख सकते हैं और आप इसको विशुद्ध वैज्ञानिक तरीके से भी देख सकते हैं। आध्यात्मिक तरीके की बात करेंगे तो आपने सबने सुना होगा, सदियों से हमारे वहाँ एक बात कही जा रही है, जैसा अन्न वैसा मन। जो आप खाते हैं वैसे ही आप बन जाते हैं। अगर फोर्टिफाइड फूड मतलब हाई एनर्जी फूड है, आप उसे खाते हैं, आपका एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ता है, आपके अंदर पॉजिटिविटी बढ़ती है, आप अपनी सोसाइटी में, अपनी कम्युनिटी में, अपनी कंट्री में पॉजिटिव कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं और आप जीडीपी में भी पॉजिटिव योगदान देते हैं। दूसरा है कि हमारे पतंजलि के संदर्भ में स्वामी जी बोलते हैं कि जो व्यक्ति निरोगी होता है वही सहयोगी होता है, वही योगी होता है और वही समाज के लिए उपयोगी होता है। तो सबसे बड़ी ज़रूरत है निरोगी रहना। तो आप डेली बेसिस पे फूड को इस तरह से कंज्यूम करिए, आप हेल्दी रहिए, तो आप अपनी सोसाइटी में आप पॉजिटिवली कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। तीसरा, हम सब लोग एक फूड प्रोफेशनल कम्युनिटी से एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं। हम सबका एक बहुत बड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि अगर इस कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम में हम लोग देखें कि इसको हम कैसे समझते हैं कि सिर्फ मैं एक फोर्टिफाइड फूड दे रहा हूँ, मैं दूसरे तरीके से सोचूं, ये फोर्टिफाइड फूड जो है माँ से बच्चे में एक चलने वाली एक श्रृंखला है, मतलब एक कंटिन्यूस चेन है। इसको बड़ी समझदारी और जिम्मेदारी से चलाना पड़ता है। तीसरा क्या, जब आप फूड फोर्टिफिकेशन को करते हैं तो अगर आप एज ए फूड बिजनेस ऑपरेटर या फूड मैन्युफैक्चरर, आप जो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में आर्टिकल 47 है, मतलब उसमें राज्य की जिम्मेदारी है कि वो लोगों के पोषण और लोगों के स्वास्थ्य का ध्यान रखे। तो आप फोर्टिफाइड फूड देके अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रति अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन भी देते हैं। और सबसे इसमें इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है कि जो आध्यात्मिक वाली बात की, दूसरा वैज्ञानिक कारण जो बता रहे हैं, अभी मेरे पैनल के बाकी सदस्य इसमें बात करेंगे। सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जैसे हमारे वहाँ हिंदुस्तान में लगभग 55-57% महिलाएं एनीमिक हैं, जब माँ के पेट में बच्चे का जन्म होता है, जब वो भ्रूण स्टेज में है, तो बच्चा माँ से प्लेसेंटा से जुड़ा होता है। उस समय बच्चे की 4 से 6 महीने की आयरन की रिक्वायरमेंट मदर से आती है। अगर मदर ऑलरेडी एनीमिक है तो बच्चे के पास कहाँ से आएगा? ठीक है, तो पहला ये है। दूसरा क्या है कि अगर बच्चे के पास आयरन डेफिशिएंसी होगी, जो हमने थोड़ा बहुत जाना है, और अभी मैं यहाँ आने से पहले 2-4 दिन पहले एक पीडियाट्रिक से बात कर रहा था, तो मैं बता रहा हूँ, मेरे तो कान मतलब खुल गए उनकी बातें सुन के। तो यह है कि अगर आयरन नहीं है तो ऑक्सीजन ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं होता ब्रेन में, ब्रेन का डेवलपमेंट नहीं होता। जबकि ब्रेन का डेवलपमेंट जब बच्चा 3rd ट्राइमेस्टर में होता है तब तक उसका ऑलमोस्ट 80% ब्रेन डेवलप हो जाता है। अगर बच्चा भी एनीमिक है, माँ भी एनीमिक है, तो उसके बाद वो बच्चे को, जब वो पैदा होता है, उसके साथ बहुत सारी, उसके पैदा होने के बाद खुशियाँ कम आती हैं, बीमारियाँ ज़्यादा आ जाती हैं। उसको बहुत सारी बीमारियां, जिसको न्यूरल ट्यूब डिफेक्ट बोलते, जिसको स्टंटिंग बोलते, मतलब कई बार बच्चे का वजन उसकी एज के हिसाब से नहीं होता, बच्चे का वजन उसकी हाइट से हिसाब नहीं होता, कभी उसका वजन जो है एक अजीबोगरीब तरीके से हो जाता है। ये सारे डिफेक्ट उसको मलन्यूट्रिशन होने की वजह से, आयरन की डेफिशिएंसी की वजह से होते हैं। और सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है, जब उसके बॉडी में आयरन डेफिशिएंसी होती है, तो जब ब्रेन में ऑक्सीजन का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है तो ब्रेन का डेवलपमेंट कम होता है। बच्चा स्कूल जाता है, तो अगर बच्चा स्कूल जाएगा तो उसकी परफॉर्मेंस कम होगी। हम बच्चे के साथ अपने को जोड़ लेते हैं कि बच्चे की लाइफ में ये माइलस्टोन आएंगे, वो सारे माइलस्टोन डिलेड हो जाते हैं। हम ये देखते हैं उस बच्चे के अंदर, हमें समझ तो आता नहीं, लेकिन एक अच्छी स्टडी आई है जिसमें बोला गया है कि इस तरह के बच्चों को आप प्रॉपरली नॉरिश न्यूट्रिशन से फुल फूड देते हैं तो धीरे धीरे वो ओवरकम कर जाते हैं और 5 साल तक के बाद वो एक नॉर्मल लाइफ को जीते हैं।
Yeah. So done? Okay, fine, perfect. So I mean, that was a big, I mean, kind of a complete overview of fortification. Coming to Sandeep, I mean, the basics we talked about. So being a R&D specialist, what do you see? What are the possibilities of driving these fortification kind of initiatives and making it viable for the consumers? For example, if we are fortifying the food, automatically the cost is going to be added on. So how industry should work in terms of, I mean, syncing the availability versus viability and acceptability by the consumers? What do your views?
Thank you, Anurag. See, thanks for providing the opportunity to speak on this topic. So our panelist member has given a brief on the fortification program. So talking about the challenges in terms of R&D perspective, I would like to highlight few of the concerning points related to fortification program. So whenever we are processing a food, so there are losses. So as these vitamins are highly unstable to heat, pressure and light and oxidations. So first of all, considering these parameters, we have to design our products with the right amount of vitamins and with overages. Along with this, we have to choose the right packing material also and design also. So these are the challenges when we design a food product with fortification program. So keeping this in mind. So in order to meet the upcoming consumer demands for the fortified food, so keeping in mind, so there are some technologies available now. So like for example, micro encapsulation. So micro encapsulation of the vitamins and minerals is an effective tool to reduce the losses, whatever that happens during the processing of the packaged foods. So apart from this fluidized bed technology, drying methods that can be applied for the vitamins and minerals so that we can reduce the losses and we can provide the right amount of vitamins and minerals to the consumers. So these are the two major things right now we can see as an aspect to provide the demanding fortified product.
How we can make it commercially viable? I mean, for example, if anything which is coming to the product is going to be at the cost.
Yeah.
How we can make it?
See, for the commercial viability, we have to touch upon the right vehicles, or what we can say the right target products As we all mentioned that 80% of our Indian food is coming from the unorganized sectors like atta, rice flours, then salt, then milk. So these are the basic products or foods that are consumed by our Indian people, and it has the right mass. It is a rich mass population consume these products. So we have to target these products to fulfill the our fortification program. And as our Anurag has mentioned, along with this, we can reduce the cost also, because when you are reaching to the higher volume with the right quantity, so per person, the rupees per kg cost also come down. So how we can do? So next, in order to again to make it more viable to the consumers, we have to create a right awareness, like uh, creating right marketing shift or marketing advertisement. Like instead of marketing the fortified product as a medicine, we have to marketing in such a way that fortified product gives a right amount of nutrients, and it improves the battle of deficiencies. So like that we have to market it, and creating a demand, like with the help of regulatory bodies and with the FSSAI bodies, we can create a right amount of marketing pitch. Like as well, we all are aware that the food labeling now is coming with the plus F that indicates it's a fortified food. So these kind of a picturization will help us for the consumers to identify that it's a fortified food, and by creating these kind of programs will give us the confidence and will gain the trust from the consumer point of view.
Thanks, Sandeep. Sandeep, coming to you. So I think on a daily basis we keep, reading multiple articles, studies that most of the Indians are vitamin deficient. Okay, most of them are vitamin D deficient. Some of the minerals also, there's a deficiencies keep getting reported. So being in that industry, being in a wellness industry, what do you think, is the most critical micronutrient in Indian kind of a consumer perspective? And how, as a wellness industry, the industry point of view, how the industry can bridge, you can bridge this particular gap, and you can make those products available for the consumers so that they can get most, benefit out of it. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. That is already quite well covered, that the deficiency part of it. We know that, vitamin D, iron, zinc, B12, they're all deficient. Due to lifestyle, due to social, economic issues, or geographical issues as well. We have areas where nutrients don't get into the, plant material. So this is already established. So, these are some of the elements which are really deficient in Indian population. Now let's get to the science. As you said, how do we bridge? As in our industry, how do we bridge to it? So, the current situation is that supplementation is the best technique, that's being taught. Of course, not to take anything away from the diet. Healthy diet is very essential, but supplementation adds on to it, and you can give the consumer as much supplementation that is required. Now, what do we need for supplementation? Now, first thing is the diagnostic things, that we should know what is missing in your diet and what is missing in you. So if we come to know that, then a nutritionist or or an expert can help you what all you need to know. Now, to get to that, what are the better techniques, or how do we get the best supplements to you, is how do we make it? Okay, and one of the things is that and ease of use. Now, the second thing is ease of use. Now a lot of companies like yours and others are coming up with a lot of things like mouth dissolving strips, ready to go nutrition. So these are very good techniques that we are offering to consumers as industry. Second thing is that the process of being developed. Now the nutrients, whether it is getting absorbed in the body or not. So absorption techniques, how do we increase the bioavailability of it? That's one of the things you can use. Release technologies, it has come from drug, like, delayed release, sustained release. So there are nutrients which absorb later down in your GI system. So you can use, release technologies to have them present themselves at a, stage in the gut where they can be absorbed easily. So and pairing of nutrients like vitamin C and iron, or calcium and vitamin D. So these are the kind of things that are being used quite vehemently by the industry to give benefits to the consumer. Lastly, what I would like to say is that what is very important for this science is that academia, industry, and regulatory partnership. In today's world, with the requirement, nobody is in isolation can provide all that. So, see, academia has got a big amount of infrastructure to give you what you need. Industry can create the demand or know the demand, that what is required. And regulatory can provide the, kind of level playing field or the field, giving you the, guardrails in which you can operate. Let me give, if I got 2 minutes, let me give you a very simple example. Like, you need something for your mental benefit. Now, academia knows what are the biological pathways acting inside you, which can be tweaked or targeted to get you the mental benefit, and how much it can be tweaked. You don't want it to be tweaked like a drug. Industry can provide you that sort of a solution that, okay, we can use this combination or this particular thing to target that pathway. And regulatory bodies can actually give you those guardrails and the regulation within which you can play to give you that benefit. And one more thing, what we have in our benefit in India are our traditional knowledge. Apart from vitamins and minerals, we have multitude of Ayurveda, herbs, which can be used in combinations or either alone to give you that benefit. And those are the things, so I was trying to say that, apart from vitamins and minerals, Ayurvedic ingredients and herbs can be used either alone or in combination with them to give you the particular benefits that the consumer requires. Of course, efficacy and safety go hand in hand, and they have to be presented together to give you those benefits.
Perfect, Adib. Thank you so much for that. Coming to Dr. Manik. So, it was a kind of a misconception, the more finer, the better. So, you have to tell to everyone that, how the food structure impacts the bioavailability of the nutrient, and what are the key factors to be considered when you are designing a food?
Yes. Good afternoon. And actually, there is a term called therapeutic potential. This therapeutic potential faces the critical area of acceptance in the human physiology. That is what the main structure. And like that, it talks about the bioaccessibility, bioavailability, and bioefficiency, and then bioactive compounds. All these four combinations will give the structure of the food structure. The food structure is mainly made up of a lot of cellular molecules. And when you have been observing inside, the cell structure has to be cracked and it has to be released. First, when it's get into the body, it has to be accepted, first of all. That is what where the GIT talks about that. Once it is accepted, the availability will be in the form of moiety. It is a molecule moiety. And all these moiety cannot be released as a bioactive compounds. The moiety will have the bioactive compounds. So that bioactive compounds has to be released. So it is all depend upon the human structure as well as the food structure. The best example I can give, if you take the carotene, where it is in the carrot, which we consume, it is in the xylem part of the plant. When you consume it out, it will be a better, it can be acceptable in a good manner. But when you go to the tomato, that is a lycopene, which is having the same carotene, when it is slightly cooked in a proper parameters, where that the industry is coming into the picture. When we have been doing the processing at a particular parameters, then the lycopene concentration will be more. So when you go for the same xanthophyllum, and which is actually it is in our high eyes, which stored the same carotene will place as an act of oxidation stress to reduce oxidation stress. So all these comes into the picture where these like the structures called fructose or something called protein phytochemicals, all these plays a major role in cracking the cells. For example, if you take the almond, we will take in almonds, this is the usual one. But when there was research has been taken place. Many of the lipids which is inside, when you tested at the excretion point it has come without any distractions. Because the cells are not being cracked and the lipids are not being released. So that's why as we are having certain procedures. Being in India, we have been, luckily we are born in India and we know how to use it out. We have to choke that almond for over a night and next day morning we have to consume. It is because to weaken the cell structure when you consume it out. So this kind of processes has to be taken to process it out. The most particular work for the process industry is the parameters, and the most difficult one for all the nutraceuticals people who have been sitting is here. Human physiology is different from person to person. So to make us a unique, that is where we stand as an R&D people, scientists, and delivering the products. This is what the difficult task, where the structure has to be cracked in a proper way, and the combination of different, when you go for like fortifications or micronutrients, when you have been adding as a thing, there is a problem when in acceptability of the body. Again, the GIT has to accept it out. That's where the efficacy will not come as what the human beings. If you are giving the same therapeutic moiety to all in this room, it will react in a different way. So this is where the things are coming into the pictures. That's what I want to speak. Thank you.
Perfect. So I think it's a very new perspective for all food manufacturers and designers. So coming to you, Nandan. For us, for the food manufacturers, medical nutrition is, kind of a niche one. But what if we see in these days, it's not a niche one. So, it's really coming to the basic healthcare and the retail also. So just let us know, what is medical nutrition is all about, how food manufacturers can integrate this to their manufacturing in terms of product availability, so that they can really offer this, the benefit out of this to the daily, consumable products, specifically to the FMCG landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the interesting question. So, medical nutrition earlier used to be believed as something that is given to a patient who is in hospital on a tube feeding, or patient suffering from certain conditions like cancer, which still holds true. But it has gone beyond it. Largely, medical nutrition means evidence-based nutrition. There has to be evidence collected on a nutrition that it is solving a particular problem. So it's somewhere a journey between a drug and a food. But it's also not going to replace a drug. I just be careful. It's complementary to a drug, right? That is what medical nutrition is all about. And there are, if you look globally, of course, it's very advanced because they have done already guidelines, and in India also now we're creating guidelines around it. I think what has changed in last 15 to 20 years is the rise of chronic diseases in India, right? Diabetes, we are the capital, unfortunately, in the world. Diabetes requires very specific nutrition, which is what we call a medical nutrition. Obesity now classified as a disease. It's no longer a type of body a person carries. It's classified as a disease. Pregnancy and lactation are now considered as specific conditions. So these are all fall under the realms of medical nutrition, and some conditions which you commonly face like constipation. We call it very generally constipation, but you can put it under IBS constipation or something very, very specific, right? I think, and you'll see a lot of products being launched by big companies as well as startups. But I think what we really need to do to make it more consumer-centric, at the same time making sure that you are doing it ethically and with a scientific rigor. The scientific rigor is very, very critical, right? Is companies who are at the borderline, FMCG, wellness, who wants to be in medical nutrition, we need to spend time on understanding the patient journey. It's a patient end of the day. You're giving it to a patient. Understand the patient journey. Speak with the doctors. Understand the need gaps. Then work on innovations. The opportunities are, we are currently working, just to give an example, metabolic disease, a diabetic patient, we looked at what are the need gaps of a diabetic patient. You will see a lot of products in the market called as X diabetes care or Y diabetes care, right? Which is a partial meal replacement or a snack replacement, so that you can replace high carb food with a high protein and high fiber, right? But there are a lot of obese patients, let's say BMI above 30, 35, who requires complete meal replacement. So that comes with a specific definition, 200 calories, maybe 24 gram, 25 gram of protein in 100 gram. You take 50 gram of serving in a day, that's a complete meal replacement. Do a study on it, that's specific. Fiber, if you give a clinically proven fiber after a meal, it will reduce the sugar spike. That's another need gap of a patient. And now you must be hearing about the drugs, right? There are weight loss drugs which are very popular, known with different brand names, currently launched in the patent is expired. So 50 companies have launched the molecule in India. And it will be not only be written by endocrinologists, it will be recommended by CPs, diabetos, and we feel that it will be also given in the gyms, and at certain spas, right? So it will be directly in the hand of consumer, which will create another side effects requiring another specific nutrition where you'll see a lot of muscle mass loss, GI side effects. So in these areas, great opportunities to bring some innovations in these specific areas. I think the key is make it with a lot of scientific rigor. If you have money or make a provision for money, do a study on it, do a real world evidence on it, and then publish it. This will overall increase a lot of awareness about medical nutrition in the community. I think great opportunity for a partnership between healthcare professionals, industry. FSSAI has already created different classifications, right? So that will help this drive further. Yeah.
Quite interesting. That would have given some kind of a thought to all the manufacturers who are there in the room. Coming to Rajesh ji. So, most of us, we talked because the theme of the panel is food and nutrition. Can you pass the mic? Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, we all are talking about the food and nutrition. And I think beverage is one of the form from where we can really get these fortified kind of a drinks. Most of the options are available in liquid. And being from the giant in terms of beverage manufacturing, the basic question is, from sourcing, manufacturing till the last mile delivery, there are multiple stages are involved. And these fortified nutrition, the nutritions are really very sensitive to the temperature, to the handling, to the storage, to the processing, was discussed by most of us. Which leg is the most critical to maintain the nutrition of that particular fortified beverages, and how we can overcome of these challenges in manufacturing till we are delivering to the consumer?
So, thanks, Anurag. Thanks for your time. Let me tell you, I won't be limited to the beverages. I recently joined beverage industry. I spent about 24 years, rather I can say, into the different food manufacturing setups. So when it comes to the nutrition, see, the earlier speakers talked about multiple things, and they are basically from the food fortification industries, or kind of industry who offer the nutraceuticals. I am basically from the food manufacturing side. And let me tell you, when it comes to the food manufacturing, और हमारे शुरू से कहा जाता है कि यदि संपूर्ण अच्छा भोजन लें तो किसी दवा की, किसी fortification की शायद need नहीं होगी. But in today's time, when we are into the different stage of the life, I can say, why so? Because earlier, we are about to get all the food into their natural form, while today we are getting the processed material. In processing also, there are different stages, different processing processes which lead to the losses of the nutritions of those particular products. But yes, we are exploring the possibility, we are exploring the processes or the technique which in turn will help to reduce the losses. Like today's, when it comes to the beverages, earlier we are limited to the hot filled, the pasteurized beverages. Now we are moving to the aseptic packaging. Those are helping to maintain whatever the nutrition available in those particular product till, and not 100%, but at least I can say when it was going at about 30-35%, now we are able to maintain that up to 80-85%. That is a change industry is doing to protect the consumer health. Why so? Because today's consumer is not limited to the taste. They are also looking at how this product will really help in maintaining my nutritional requirement of the body. So that's the change what consumer behavior is, they're looking at. So when we as a manufacturer, when it comes to, we are also responsible to meeting those expectation of the consumer. So we have to design our product, and we have to work on the different ecosystem of our sourcing, storage, and the processing, which help to reduce the losses of the nutrition of that particular food ingredients or the food product. So this is how I see we can help to provide the clean label product, the product which has minimal losses of the nutrition. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think you gave up, manufacturing perspective. So before I come to the last panelist, let me tell you one story. So we are the biggest sugar manufacturers of India. We are the proud brand owner of the packed sugar. You might have heard Madhur is our brand only. We have 10 manufacturing plants in India. And when we started thinking about nutrition part, so we started, thinking, I was the one who started thinking, can we go for the specialty sugars? Can we go for the other alternatives of sugar? Then I went to the market. And I'm linking this to my last question to the panelist. So when I saw the product, most of us believe that brown sugar is comparatively safer than refined sugar. What if I say they are adding caramel in that? They are adding caramel in refined sugar, and they are taking 40 rupees extra than refined one, and there's no any changes in the brown sugar. 90% of the sugar available in the market, be it by organized one or unorganized one, it is completely, they're just playing with your sentiments. When I had a jaggery manufacturing, I just visited around 30, 40, 50 jaggery manufacturers across India. I stopped eating jaggery immediately. I'm telling you the fact. It may be true, may not be true in your perspective, but I am saying because I have visited those. I'm not saying that jaggery is not good for the health. Jaggery is 100% good for the health. But from where you are sourcing, and how this trust is going to be built with the help of the right type of testing we are talking about. Is it? How, most of the jaggery manufacturers, they are adding those chemicals which are carcinogenic. Can you imagine? They're adding high molecular weight chemicals just to clean it. Some of the jaggery manufacturers, they are just using the refined sugar with the brown color, and they're just selling you with the help of adding some molasses, and they are manufacturing jaggery. It's all crap. So for a country like India, where these challenges are there, infrastructure of laboratories with a high kind of a testing capability, with high level of integrity and trust, we need the good laboratories, we need good partners, and we need kind of awareness. So coming to you, for these dietary supplements, I'm just linking this question to you because you were with SJS, yes. Now you're with Fuji and ID in the same kind of a business scenario.
So we call it as a TIC.
Yeah, exactly. TIC, I can say, yes. So in testing and inspection, what are the biggest challenges the food manufacturers face for the testing and inspection, and what are the challenges faced by TIC just to, deliver what is required for the consumer safety, and just to, eliminate these kind of nuisances in the food manufacturing value chain?
Correct. So thank you, Anurag, for this question. First of all, I will say, as you have said, you have worked with, you are working with sugar producers, right? So first biggest factor which manufacturers might face is about content of that botanical, okay? I'm just trying to link with your example, like sugar or sugar cane. So sugar cane which is produced in Maharashtra and sugar cane which is produced in UP, okay? For us, output is sugar, but if we'll see the recovery part of it, like which happens in Maharashtra will be around 13%, which happens in UP will be around 11%. So basically, kind of like climatic condition where it is grown, kind of like when it is harvested, okay, kind of soil which is like where it is grown will have major impact on the this potency and recovery part of it, okay, extraction part of it, when if we link it to botanicals. So, so I feel when it comes to manufacturer side and testing of it, their biggest challenge is like these botanicals are not sourced from one area. Okay, they are sourced from different part of the world. So definitely uh, there are challenges when it comes to how potent it is. Okay, so that is what I feel the first thing which kind of challenge manufacturers might be facing when testing happens. Then another point is this dietary supplements or maybe minerals and vitamins and all, they are highly susceptible to like kind of environment they will be stored in, they will be shipped to the customers. So definitely, if it is like temperature is high, more than what is expected, then vitamins, it will be denatured. I mean, it will not be the same quantity which is declared on the label when it is produced and when it is consumed. So tasting might be right, but actually what consumer is getting at the end, maybe after 6 months, I don't know, I mean, shelf life will decide that. So it may be a little different than what is claimed. Okay, so that definitely is a testing challenge. We have some R&D experts who definitely can enlighten us on like how to make it, keep it stable. But considering plant based ingredients, it is something which is like very difficult to exactly identify which one is that active one and how to keep it stable for over the period of time. So that is another challenge I feel definitely testing laboratories which are there in manufacturing facilities might be facing. And nowadays, you know, this all plant-based ingredients, they come from a huge supply chain, like from farmer to the someone who extracts it, and then to the nutraceuticals maybe. And there will be many more channels which will be involved in between. Even one person, if thinks in a wrong way, okay, that is of adulterating that ingredient, okay, then it will keep that tasting completely at toss. Because nowadays, this adulteration is done in such a sophisticated way, okay, they will consider what type of testing is going to be done and how to bypass that testing. Okay, so that is something, another challenge definitely testing laboratories face, that okay, they might be using okay methods which are proven, which are used by industry, but then this adulteration people, they are even more, I can say, brilliant than them. Okay, not always, but okay, even labs always they have to keep themselves up to date, and they will also try to innovate new techniques of like they will try to keep a track of something which happens in the market. Okay, so I can understand that time now. Okay, so that is what I feel. Definitely, testing laboratories, considering this nutraceutical market, they do not have those standard testing methods available as of now. Yes, they are there for limited foods, but not for all variety of this nutraceutical ingredients. So that is the challenge I feel, that non-availability of standard testing methods. Okay, so that is from my end. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we had the time. We can have a look at it. So thank you so much to all the panelists. I mean, Atul sir talked about the basics of fortification, and he just gave us a thought. I mean, how we can just add on the industry versus the Ayurvedic one. Then Rajesh ji talked about how we can just ensure the nutrition during manufacturing. Adeep you talked about how we can just bridge the vitamin deficiencies. And then you talked about medical nutrition, very kind of interesting one for most of us. Then Sandeep, you had a chat, I mean, regarding how industry can make it viable for the consumers. Then Sushant talked about the testing and inspection, and Dr. Manik talked about the biostructure, so that bioavailability of the nutrients can be in a better way for all the designers. So guys, thank you so much for your time and patience. I know we don't have time for any question answer. We all will be there during lunch. If you have any question regarding brown sugar, I can answer, but rest of the panelists, we will also be there for your question. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience. Have a huge round of applause to all the panelists, including me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to our moderator for moderating the session so well. And thanks to all the panelists for sharing their views and insights. And may I now request Mr. Jibandeep Mandal from DNV. He's head F&B, India subcontinent. Let's welcome him on the stage with a big round of applause. And requesting you, sir, to please felicitate our panelists and moderator. Let me invite our usher to kindly bring the momentous on the stage for Mr. Rajesh Gupta, Cluster Head, Quality and Food Safety, Hindustan, Coca-Cola Beverages. Huge round of applause, everyone. Requesting you, sir, to kindly felicitate. I think we are missing the photographer here. Okay. If our photographer is around, kindly, please. You are required near to the stage. No worries. He will click the pictures. All right. Requesting you, sir, to kindly felicitate Mr. Sandeep Bhima, Category Head, Bakery, Parle Biscuits. Thank you very much. May I request you to kindly felicitate Dr. Adeep Roy, AVP Regulatory Affairs, MWay India Enterprises. May I request you, sir, to please felicitate Mr. Sushant Katkar, Associate Director, Operations, Food Chains, ID India. Thank you. Requesting, sir, to please felicitate Dr. R. Manika Vasangam, Vice President and Nutrica. Thank you, sir. May I now request you, sir, to please felicitate Mr. Atul Kumar Joshi, Senior GM, Quality, Patanjali Foods. Now, Dr. Nandan Joshi, Head Medical and Scientific Affairs, Dr. Reddy's Nestle Health Science. And now to our moderator, Mr. Anurag Mishra, Group Head, Quality and Food Safety, Sri Renuka Sugars. And now it's a time to have a quick group picture with you, sir, please. Requesting you, sir, to kindly join us for the group picture.